put down more hits than mafioso Mick. And Lucky Luciano about to sing soprano. And I know the way you feel. And baby bubba, we gon' keep it on the real. Just do what you called up and amazing. We puffin' on Cuban, so it might get dangerous. Now when it isn't, you can sit on Bizac and let the biz out, ride the Trizac. How you feelin'? I'm out to sell it. Riding like a villain, making it killer, thriller. The crowd, what my new hairdo? Outfits from Hughes. $50 socks, $100,000 shoes. Man, I get a blues to them sucker MCs. Who you be? You know who I be. Young nigga, I'm the show. Doggy, I'm the show. And you know that. Let's make a move for this paper. What we rollin', dog? You got to get paid, make your money. Oh, y'all. I mean, I step to the stage in my G-boy stand and say a few rhymes to make your girl wanna dance. I'm so fly like a dove. I come from up above. You're tripping on your girl cause she show me love. Nigga, don't beat. Cause if you beat them, you don't need them. You lay your hands on me, watch how fast they take your freedom. I delete them and don't mistreat them. I stay up on them, but that's one to grow on me. Let me flow on me. You can rock to the rhythm, you see, or you can rock to the rhythm of me. But when you do your thing, make sure you do your thing on the hang. And everything is everything. Man, I'm on this paper chase like them white boy DAs was on the case. But you know I ain't trying to floss, but murder was the case that they lost. I'm stuck. You know that I'm stuck. And you know that do anybody in the house remember when it wasn't no Snoop Dogg? There wasn't no rappers hollering about LBC. Am I tripping, y'all? Now, when I grow up, I wanna be like Snoop. Have prestigious women that stay true from the beginning, in and out of the flyest hotels. They say your family don't know me. Hold on, homie, that's promo. And FOMO, sales, tails, scales, and jail. Success before death. No one in my clique fails as we fails with the Almighty Father lead. Exceeding to give our people what they need. And it ain't no party like this kind. Cause you can leave your worries for his sign. But I'm gonna get back to the grid side. Snoop D-O-double-G coming back with Mizzine. And I'm stoked. It's all about the gangster part. You know that. So still strong and dog is strong. His dog is father.
Oh, it helped to be unmuted. Okay, what's good, y'all? I said what's up to y'all. Most of you in the comment section over here, but here's what we're gonna do. Okay, so yeah, I put the banners up, basically to keep myself on, on track. But also, like, if somebody wants to skip through the live as they go, you can see the banner. What the hell I'm talking about? Okay, so cool. Here's what I usually do before I go into, being a viewer of evening lives. I look back, I see a few things that went on, and I just kind of do it real quick. And that basically leads me to an area where I'm going to be looking for certain things in a video, right? So all I have to present is number one, Vic did a live after the incident at Lemons, and then Resto was on YTC. So there's two situations there. I was working on something when I went up to Lemons and I was like, "Hey, Resto, I'm trolling you. Resto, I'm trolling you." So I was working on a final piece of puzzle to present today on how Resto and Binary were getting trolled because of their trolling. But obviously, we didn't get that third piece because the video is gone. I needed that video from Lemons to do. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do two things. I'll go back and forth just a little bit, but I want y'all to know this is a live reaction just like you all are seeing it. I have not looked back. I might look back maybe 2 minutes before the timestamp and then say, okay, that's a good timestamp to start at. Let's go there. So what I'm going to do is I want y'all to help me out, right? So first I'm going to pull up the Vic thing because it was very, very interesting, his take on whose fault he thought it was. What's up, Shady Tails? What's up, Miss Senator? What's up, Paulette? Welcome. So he had a very controversial point of view, and I want y'all to listen to it with me because when I found the timestamp at 2 minutes back, Vic was talking about, how it was Lemon's fault and this and that. So I definitely want to look at that. And then, as I said, the Resto thing at YTC's, Resto feels like he has to save Lemon. And he went into kind of, I don't know, the explanation sounded a little weird. And YTC did a great job, like questioning him about why he thinks he needs to parent Lemon and whatnot. So let's go ahead and pull up Vic first. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull that up. Let's pull that up first because I don't, I guess there's different rules in different sectors or whatever you want to call what we're in. But I was very, very surprised that Vic made some of these comments, but I will review it with you all right now. Let's go.
The whole scenario could have been prevented. If Mayor is on my panel and Chucky clicks the link, right, I'm going to let them niggas go. I'm not stepping in the middle of that shit. I'm not going to all of a sudden Chucky's on the panel, so I'm going to drop the fucking mayor of Detroit. Oh, don't worry, Chucky.
So what he's leading up to right now is basically, saying what Lemon should have done, whether he should have kept somebody up there, dropped them, and he's talking about him basically switching a side or picking a side rather. And he's given an example about the black sector, basically saying that Jay Dunn is welcome to roam around the black sector as she pleases because people know what she does. But let's go.
I just dropped the mayor. Nigga, that's choosing a side. If you don't want to take sides, nigga, but you letting these motherfuckers up there, nigga, you better not kick nobody out. You letting them in. The fuck I'm gonna let I got Diva Tomboyish on the panel. Mayor clicked the motherfucking link, and all of a sudden I kick the mayor out, leave the mayor. Oh, don't worry, Diva. The mayor ain't. I got you.
So clearly at this point right now, Vic is talking about panel control, and it's kind of strange to me because Vic doesn't really have panels. I get it. He talks about the days back with Tommy Sotomayor and all that other stuff or whatever, but he doesn't really have panels, but he's talking about panel control right now. And then it gets a little bit crazier. Let's go.
You ain't supposed to look at that shit sideways. See, a lot of motherfuckers don't see it the way Jay Dunn sees it. You know what I'm saying? Because they looking at her final action. Like Jay Dunn is not the one. If she feels embarrassed, if she feels that you're trying to humiliate her or make her look some type of way on these YouTube streets, she is going to fire upon you.
Yeah, okay, we get it, Vic, but at the point, there's somewhere to cut that off. Fire on you. I would assume that means fighting back or whatever YouTube term, but at the same time, I think that there is. I don't think you should go to certain spaces, but apparently, Vic, with your review right now, nothing's off limits. Well, let's go.
She is going to fire upon you. There is no hesitation in her actions. She has always been this way. She has always been this way.
I hate those excuses sometimes when somebody says, "Oh yeah, that he's always been a bad kid and whatnot," and then you are okay with the person being a bad kid rather than raising them up. But anyway, let's go, Vic.
And if Jay Dunn's shit talking and pretty much Tracy came up there and said practically the same shit, and she didn't get kicked off, you know.
So at this point, are we talking about bias, right? So I guess that we're putting people on a hierarchy ladder right now in Vic's mind. I think he said that Tracy could say certain things, Jay Dunn can't, or whatever. As far as I've ever been over at Lemons personally, I've seen Jay Dunn purchase protection orders and all kinds of other stuff. So that doesn't really make any sense to me. But continue.
You know, 1 minute we black people, the next minute, you know, we sensitive ass Karens. Okay, niggas need to choose a side on that. That's the one thing you can't be neutral. If you're a host, if it's gonna go the fuck down on your channel, nigga, you can't be a fucking fan and a performer.
What? Vic, I gotta let this play because
All right. You never see any of the wrestlers sitting front row at their own event.
he's talking about black people and being fans or not being fans. Come on, Vic, pull this in, brother.
Okay. Really, this is Lemon's fault. Nigga, that's
Wait.
what I mean.
Yeah, see, that's where I was at right there. I knew I put the right thing in the title because when I saw Vic's volume is too low, let's see. Nothing really I could do about that. Let's see. Yeah, it's all the way jacked up. It's because Vic sits 100 yards away from his mic. If I'm not saying what's up to y'all, I'm just letting the thing play. But I'm trying to highlight your comments, and that's my hello to you. But anyway, Vic's about to tell you that it's Lemon's fault. Let's go.
Mayor, really, this is Lemon's fault. Nigga, you see what I'm saying? If a beef is happening and it's going back and forth, let this shit go. Nigga, you brought her up on the panel. You knew what time it was when you saw her and you brought her on the goddamn panel.
As I said, like, okay, Lemon does say, I mean, just like most of us, that we're not going to save anybody. I'm not jumping into somebody's fight. Lemon's not jumping into somebody's fight. Ness isn't jumping in. I haven't seen a lot of people that give a damn how they're fighting. But Vic, I think that you're missing the whole point. Your title literally says JDunn P-bombed Lemon, right? But you're justifying behavior between scratching. I don't mind scratching, but there's levels to this, Vic. Come on.
You know, you brought her up there. Okay? And I get it. You know, you brought her up there. Right. It's cool being Team Ness. Hell, I'm Team Ness. But I don't involve myself in any of Ness's beefs.
It's not involving somebody. It's not involving yourself when all you're doing is bringing somebody up on a platform when you're a host.
Especially if she beefing with somebody I'm cool with. Like that's just common sense. It's common courtesy. You never choose a side. Okay, never ever choose a side. Okay.
Correct, Vic. Absolutely. You never want to pick a side because you don't want to be looking like the dummy when they make up. But let's go. I still think that you're trying to make it like Lemon picked a side on just letting somebody come up to his panel. But okay.
Dunn talking about some Jay Dunn. Why you do that? So you didn't hear her. You didn't hear her the first time. What the fuck she said the first time? See, I look at reasons. I look at actions. You know. Because they're going to turn around, they're going to talk all this shit. They're going to say, oh, Jay Dunn, we're going to ban you. We're not going to let you on our panels anymore, Jay Dunn. And they're going to let her ass right back up. Let's keep it real. They're going to be like, oh, that's fucked up, Jay Dunn. You shouldn't have did that, Jay Dunn.
So what Vic's trying to explain to us right now is that Jay Dunn gave Lemon a warning of what she was gonna come up and tear up something. But again, Vic, you're not focusing on the level of the P bomb. Like, how is that out of order? You're literally trying to justify it right now. Okay.
Messed up, Jay Dunn. Should never did that, Jay Dunn. And they're gonna let her ass right on back. Wait, all right, she proved all y'all niggas wrong. Mm-hmm. Done. Cause who wanna bet? Who wanna miss check over there? Nigga. I hid from the cops. If anything,
anyway, it's really, really hard, obviously, to dig through Vic's commentary because, he kind of, does this and does that in between what he's going to say. I'm going to try to find one more important point, and then we'll switch right over to the Resto. Feels like he's got to save Lemon. Now, that was brought up today on pizzas, and Lemon was oblivious to it because obviously he was live all night and then probably just missed YTC's live. So we will talk about that. Resto said that he needs to hold a mirror up for him to look in the mirror, and he gets real different. But let me try to find something real quick. I'm trying to find the part where Vic said that Jay Dunn was warning Lemon before she was doing what she did.
The way Jay Dunn sees it, you know what I'm saying? Because they looking at her final action, like.
Come on, Vic. Damn.
Okay. They're gonna be like, oh, that's fucked up, Jay Dunn. You shouldn't did that, Jay Dunn. Messed up, Jay Dunn. Should never did that, Jay Dunn. And they're gonna let her ass right on. Who wanna bet? Who wanna bet that even though Jay Dunn porn bomb Lemon's channel tonight, who wanna bet that sooner or later she gonna be right back over there? She go over there, hit that link, that nigga gonna let her ass right back up there.
Do you all think that? I wish I could sit here and do a poll or something real quick, but do you all think that Lemon's going to let her back up? Because as of right now, today, Lemon did say on Pizza's channel that she's not welcome over there. Okay, and again, I'm trying to pull some information so that we have something to look forward to tonight on Lemons. I know that he said that he was going to go in on her and whatnot, but as I said, here we'll just have all the information to pull together because I want to see how it all comes back to where it started. Let's go.
Who want to bet?
And with Vic and his commentary, and I don't know how many, what he's rolling, how many of those he's rolling is CBD or whatever. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. I'm going to do this better, these reviews, because I might download videos and then snip out what I want and edit it, but I didn't have time last night because of the issue.
I'll be to collect my money as soon as I see Jay Dunn on that panel. I don't give a fuck if I'm at work or not. Nigga, I'll go on break. I'll go on break to collect my bread. Okay. You see what I'm saying, Mayor? See, that's why, we no offense to anybody, but we got our own motherfucking sector. I'm sorry, we're not going to ban Jay Dunn in the black sector.
Okay, actually, that is what I talked about earlier. I did hear that. He was saying basically, like, as you heard, the black sector is the black sector, and they're not going to ban Jay Dunn over that. So, I mean, I know he's speaking for himself. Clearly, he's speaking on behalf of a sector, but he's basically saying that she can move around the way she wants to move around. Now, is that a dig against the beef sector, the Mo3 sector, or anybody else? I don't know.
Nope, JDunn, you are free to roam all around this bitch unscathed. Okay, look. Okay? Because the same channels JDunn has porn bombed, she get to walk right back in the motherfucking dough. Okay? That's why I say JDunn is a queen. Okay? But her crown is black. She has a black crown. All right? All right? Yeah.
Come on, Vic. Damn.
Hulk Hogan is a racist?
Hulk Hogan. Come on, bro. Please. See, I need to not do this live with the people because this is, come on,
Never
Vic.
died. God damn it. Okay. I'd rather be Homelander. Are you driving? Do they really care about you being drunk after you just smashed that bitch in the wall and you sitting?
Okay, so Vic's on to something else. So we're gonna drop that one for now. Yeah, what's up, comments? I appreciate you. If you didn't hear me earlier, I did say I'm gonna try to highlight comments to say what's up. Because I wanted to let the review play and not do a bunch of hello ad libs, but Vibrant, Man, Barn Dog, Beans, Mrs. Vegas, One Leg Up. That's the homie right there. Ms. Senator, Simply Silver, everybody else in here. What we're going to do is we're going to pull down this Vic video right now, because let's just say what he said basically was that that JDunn, people know what JDunn does. Said that Lemon needed to basically monitor who he's letting up, when he's letting up, whatever. And I don't think that anybody in this room could say clearly. Hold on, let me put myself up here. I don't think. Wait. Oh shit. Okay, my phone just whatever. I don't think that anybody in this room could not attest to the fact that Lemon has an open panel. I mean, that's how night shows go. I did a night show for years, and it's more of an open panel. So I don't know, like, you talk about panel control, whatnot, and then he said that Jay Dunn went up to his platform and told him what she was gonna do. And I did not hear, hey, Lemon, when I come back, I'm going to porn bomb you. Absolutely not. She did not. So you can't say, oh, well, she warned you, so therefore we can't be outraged about it. I don't understand this logic. The only thing I will agree with Vic on at all whatsoever is that you just have to be aware of what's going on. But at the same time, again, I didn't ever think Jay Dunn would go that far. Like, people see porn bombing, like what did they do? They tried to compare what you call it? Damn. Woo and I don't know, Woo and somebody else, but they showed like a leg or whatever. It wasn't P bomb like that. Now you could tell it was completely orchestrated, because when the camera turned on, it was all set front and center, ready to go, like the most explicit, like just the most explicit type situation. It was calculated, plan that's completely different from showing a body part. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go into, and we could talk about that. You guys can slow me down, speed me up, whatever you want to talk about is cool. But what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go right into the YTC thing. I'm going right into the YTC thing because we have been wondering how many times we wondered about Resto and Binary's motivations to help Lemon, especially Resto. Now, I'm going to try to complete my mission on the whole troll thing because I don't like people to troll, around me or around the people that I like, if I can call it out. But let's go ahead and listen to this. And this is a good parallel because we got Vic over here that says, hey, it is what it is. She should be moved around unscathed. So a content creator took the stance that, there are no limits. And I know I hear people all the time say you can't teach somebody how to fight, or you can't monitor how somebody wants to fight, but there is a level. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna pull this next one up real quick. Give me a second. And then what we're going to do at the end, as I said, is we're going to throw around a couple ideas, and I'm going quick today because, as I said, I never disrespect anybody's live, especially if I'm talking about their content and, they could finish it off. But at the end of this, we are definitely going to come up with maybe 3 or 4 things that we would like to see settled on the platform today. Again, everybody welcome in. I appreciate it. Choctaw, OG Beauty, everybody else, Big Brenda. If I don't say hello to you, that just means that I'm in the middle of the review. So let's go ahead and play this. I want you to listen to this very, very carefully, right? I know a lot of people in here will be like, oh, well, Resto's just trolling. Well, no. Like, Resto's just trolling. This goes beyond the point of no return in my book, because you can't say stuff about somebody like Lemon has to save himself and this and that. Let's go ahead and listen in. And shout out to YTC, Vibrant, or anybody else. Could you please put the link to this video in the chat? This was from yesterday, and she was on his ass. So let's go ahead and review this and see what we can get out of that. Because guess what? When we go over to Lemons tonight, or me personally, if you see me get on the panel, I'm going there for a reason. And I need to really, really question Resto about this, because I'm pretty clear on what the JDunn, how I feel about the JDunn situation. Okay, so let's listen. As I said, I'll be skipping through here, but it gets weird right away. Let's go.
Anything from Lemon, because I'm already established. I don't need anything from him.
And then y'all wonder where the term narcissism comes from.
Or savior, like it's like you're trying to save Lemon. What are you saving him from? From himself?
Yeah, from himself. Yeah, Lemon will at this point. Lemon will be the downfall of Lemon. So
I don't know if that's appropriate. So let's just imagine that Resto's trying to save Lemon from himself, or whatever the case may be. Resto also always makes it 100% known that Lemon needs to do his own thing, that he's just, he's there to help, he's there to support, or whatever. So these first words that came out of his mouth seem a little bit different to me, because I would never ever come out in public. Sounds like a private conversation you guys were having. So what are we talking about? You have to stay consistent, Resto. If you're going to help him, don't come out and hurt him, because this whole thing is hurting him. Let's go.
I'm trying to prevent that.
Lemon been over here for 5 years, bro. You've been here for 5 minutes. I'm trying to make it make sense. I'm having a hard time.
Yeah, sectors aren't everything.
Look at Trix. Trix said, yeah. Say, hold on. Can we? Okay, hold on. I was trying to get to Trix. Trix said, please don't blame this weird bromance on trolling. Trix is a troll. Trix is like, nope, you can't say this is troll. Molly,
Oh, exactly. Simply Silver. Yeah, you said Lemon is grown. Lemon gets suggestion support, but says he's hard-headed, doesn't listen to anybody. Okay, got it. All right, let's go.
You so bummed. She said, can we skip to the dip part? That's funny. Local tournaments. strategies. That's the best way. That's the best way to get. Then just ease your way up,
We
and
got
then
to
maybe
we
you
got to
get to
skip past
TCP.
this. He's talking about playing Pokemon.
Super
Jesus
easy.
Christ, Resto. Pokemon.
So how did y'all end up? And like, how did y'all conclude things over there at Shakim's? I had to come live, so I ended up coming live. But y'all, if y'all
Well,
want to know what I'm talking about, go check out Shakim's last live.
Lemon does what Lemon does best, and he ran. He's gonna run. He's a runner. He's a track star.
How do y'all feel about that? How y'all feel about that? Um, Lemons, quote unquote, help you, save you from yourself. You got to look in the mirror, judge your character. Let's talk about each other's lives and whatnot. What do you feel about somebody saying that he's running? How do y'all feel about that? I'm gonna play that one more time. I just got to go back 2 seconds because he just said it. But let's use this as a talking point. One of the things that I think that we should definitely look to be expressed or addressed on Lemons panel tonight is him, quote unquote, being a track star. Let's listen to that one more time, y'all. Hold up. Here we go.
Lemon does best, and he ran.
Talking about, go check out Shakim's last live.
Lemon does what Lemon does best, and he ran. He's gonna run. He's a runner. He's a track star. He's gonna run, and that's
Hi,
fine.
Pippin.
And then yeah, we'll just talk tomorrow.
Okay, so y'all are not going. Okay, well, have y'all already been to Discord? Because normally y'all go to Discord. I was surprised that Lemon was awake.
Yeah, I told him I'm not going over there today. I'm gonna give him some time. Like, let him fucking think about his actions. Let him look in the mirror for a little bit.
You know,
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
how I talk to my women.
Right.
Well, okay,
How is he looking in
that's
the
great.
mirror? He was tipsy or drunk.
Right.
How the heck is he gonna look in the mirror?
Yeah, because I'm gonna hold up the mirror in front of him while TC, no matter what.
Hey, y'all, I think that level is on purpose. I mean, I don't care. It sounds like like second grade trolling to me, but it's also extremely disrespectful. This is my opinion. You all don't have to agree with me, but I think it's ridiculously disrespectful that he's literally talking about him being a child. Let's listen to that one more time. That's crazy to me. Let's listen to that one more time. We're only going back about 20 seconds. Let's go.
Let him look in the mirror for a little bit.
You-
Like, let him.
Already been to Discord? Because normally y'all go to Discord. I was surprised that Lemon was awake.
Yeah, I told him I'm not going over there today. I'm gonna give him some time. Like, let him fucking think about his actions. Let him look in the mirror for a little bit.
You know,
And then
that's
yeah,
how I talk to my women.
He's
well,
drunk.
okay,
How is he looking in
that's
the
great.
mirror? He was tipsy or drunk. How the heck is he gonna look in the mirror?
Yeah, because I'm gonna hold up the mirror in front of him, YTC, no matter what.
Hey, good morning, California Dreaming. Okay, so about the P bomb, since you're holding up the mirror in front of him, what did you tell him?
Right. This is going to be interesting because as of right now, okay, I think that would be the most important thing. I swear I haven't heard this, but I want to see how he responds. This is what I would ask him directly. We have to prioritize things. So if you want Lemon to be the man in the mirror or whatever the case may be, wouldn't you prioritize, if you're trying to help his channel, the fact that he needs to like delete that video? Or you talk about the Wayback Machine that doesn't delete any videos? We'll go into the Wayback Machine and send an email to somebody and get something straight. There's got to be like an action plan, because as of right now, you're just like, hey, whatever, and you're being condescending at this point. And Ghetto even called the definition of narcissism. So I'm being fair, but at the same time, this is starting to annoy me, Resto. But I want to see how you respond to this question. All right, I'm going to go back about 5 seconds and we're going to hear your answer. Let's go.
About the P bomb, since you're holding up the mirror in front of him, what did you tell him?
About the P bomb?
Yeah, that happened last night or early this morning.
I thought the P bomb was fucking ridiculous. It was wrong. Did I try to warn him about it? Yes, while I was on the panel. Yeah, like she obviously was giving signs. Like she kept saying, like, I'm gonna fuck with your channel. I'm gonna do this. And I'm like, Lemon, you're on thin ice. And he was like, "Then I don't give a fuck where I'm at. Blah blah blah. All this other shit. I'm like, bro, you're antagonizing the wrong person. Like, I understand you don't like her, but like, just chill out. He didn't do it, and then he got P-bombed. Not saying what she did was right. It was very wrong, but yeah, he got P-bombed.
How does that sound to y'all? How does that sound to y'all? For real, for real. Be real. Okay. I'm gonna come closer to y'all. Be real. How does that sound? He said he gave him warnings. He said, don't antagonize. And then he mocked him, talking about that's how he shouldn't have acted in this and that. Does anybody in here think that Lemon changes up his energy ever? I mean, doesn't he always like he's on 10? You know, that's what basically people expect him to be. So I don't know if Resto is saying that, oh, Jay Dunn is here. Let's roll out the red carpet. Hey, how you doing? Do you need a foot rub or whatever? Resto, that's not fair, bro. Like at this point, when you're trying to back somebody up, first of all, you don't mock them. And then second of all, you have to give some kind of corrective action advice. As of right now, you're making it worse. So you're definitely on the docket tonight. I know that Lemon said that he has a list. I think you're on it. And if Lemon doesn't have you on the list, I have you on the list. And I will definitely 100% join the panel to find out what the hell is going on. All right. I want to go back about 10 more seconds. And then we're going to go forward and we're going to see where this is because wow. Okay. Let's do this. All right. Let's go. Let's go about 20 seconds. All right.
About the P-bomb.
Yeah, that happened last night or early this morning.
I thought the P-bomb was fucking ridiculous. It was wrong. Did I try to warn him about it? Yes, while I was on the panel. Yeah, like she obviously was giving signs. Like she kept saying, like, I'm gonna fuck with your channel, I'm gonna do this. And I'm like, Lemon, you're on thin ice. And he was like, then I don't give a fuck where I'm at. Blah blah blah. All this other shit. I'm like, bro, you're antagonizing the wrong person. Like, I understand you don't like her, but like, just chill out. He didn't do it, and then he got P-bombed. Not saying what she did was right. It was very wrong, but yeah, he got P-bombed.
Okay, so did I hear you correctly? You brought up the fact that like maybe someone needs to have like admin rights like Lolo.
It sounds a little bit passive to me. Oh yeah, so you know, as a matter of fact, he got P-bombed or whatever. It sounds very, very, very weird to me. It's not, if you really, really care enough about somebody to talk about holding the mirror up and you got to build up this man's character and his channel and whatnot, you should definitely be a little bit more outraged. I'm really, really not understanding. I tried to warn him. Well, like, what did you do to warn him? I don't get it. I want to know that directly. I want to know, did you type in the back chat? Did you send a Discord message to Instagram? Because how can you warn somebody about someone's behavior while you're on the panel? You said you warned them. I want to know that. Let me write down this damn question. Or somebody please write down this question. I want to know. What did you do to warn them? But let's keep going. This is, wow.
Did you bring that up over there, Ashley?
Yes.
Admin right. Did I hear you correctly? You brought up.
Okay, so if y'all don't know, I'm sorry for pausing. That's why the video is in the description so y'all can like watch it straight through or whatever. But she's gonna be inquiring about him being on Shakim's panel the other night. I'm not quite sure what he did. As I was moving around, I did see him over there. Didn't really see what what he was saying, but some of the people may think that that's important to this part of the story. He was on Shakim's platform. I'm not saying Shakim did anything, but I just wanted you to know exactly what YTC was asking him about. Let's go.
Up the fact that like maybe someone needs to have like admin rights like Lolo. Did you bring that up over there, Ashley?
Yes. I told Lemon back when we first started. Like, I'd always joke like, oh, this is why you need a manager, blah blah blah. Back when I was managing, but I'm not doing that anymore right now because those wounds haven't healed. But I did tell him, I was like, hey, you need to give admin rights to somebody who's always on your channel, maybe like Lolo. That way she can pull up the comments because you don't read your chat. She can be able to pull up and
He said that he's been around for a long time. I guess he was the troll during the Vegas thing. I think it was called like Vegas PD, Vegas Police Department, or something like that. So he should know that we've already suggested this. When we did that, we suggested it back when Big Riggs was on the panel all the time. We suggested it then, and then what? Let's see. Damn. Then yes, with Lolo and some other things. Oh, and the backup channel. So since he didn't want to go that route, he was asked to make a backup channel and he went in that direction. So you should know these things. This is kind of regurgitated content that we all know if we've been around here for a little while. But let's
Pull
go.
up clips, share screen. You don't have to wait on anybody. You don't have to call anybody to come up. Just give it to Lolo. Lolo's there faithfully. She's on your channel more than she's on her channel. So just give it to Lolo. That's what I told.
Salute,
And he
Lolo.
said what?
He tried to flip it and say that I tried to get the keys for his channel. I
You
I
were
can't
at some
manage
point
men.
trying to be his manager.
No, I made a joke about it. I was like, "Oh, this is why you need a manager." Or if I was doing this,
Oh, for real, Beans? For real? Like he wanted the total key. He wanted the golden keys. Is that right, Beans? Is that right, Beans? Let's go ahead. Let's let him keep talking about let's let him keep talking himself into the situation. Hold on. Again, I haven't seen this, so I gotta go back and try to interpret it as I go.
dude,
You
I
were
can't
at some
manage
point
men.
trying to be his manager.
No, I made a joke about it. I was like, "Oh, this is why you need a manager." Or if I was doing this, blah blah. Like, yeah, I give him advice in the background, but no, I don't try to be his manager. No, no, not at all. Like, I only manage women, and that has been a pretty set rule for me.
Oh my
Da-
gosh.
Damn, Beans. So obviously this isn't consistent what he's saying. Um, this isn't consistent what he's saying that you already got the information on from Discord. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Like when people pillow talk, hey, what's up, Buddha? And Sharika, Choctaw. When you start when he starts fabricating and you start pillow talking behind the scenes, I would recommend like take a couple notes along the way. Like, hey, this is what I told Beans and Cornbread. Here's what I told Lemon. Here's what I told so and so, and then you can like play. You can kind of move the pieces as need be to who you're trying to appease. But let's continue to go. Hey, Resto, I did say something about trolling you, this and that, right to your face. This is not trolling. I trust me. I had a whole other thing in place. And I put Molly's name in the title today. I took it out because it was going to be about something else. But Molly, I'm going to give you something to think about. Remember when I told you I was going to teach you something? Just confirm that I told you I was going to teach you something while we listen to Resto. Let's go.
The difference between the difference between what this guy is doing with Lemon and I do with my frat brothers is it's a one-on-one mentorship and it's nobody else's business. This guy said he got frustrated and he came out front because he wants to hold Lemon accountable. We hold each other accountable in a closed door session. That's what guys do. We don't come out front and be chatty patties about it. That's what's weird
Yeah,
about all of this.
yeah. And
Correct.
ghetto, that didn't work because I've
Correct.
been doing that for months.
Then you
And then
move
I
on.
told
Then you move on
and
and
then I
find
told
another
him I
mentee.
told him just do not say anything about Comrade, bro. We good.
You
And then he did
did.
it.
You go out and find. If it doesn't work with one, you go. If you're really into mentorship, and you get disappointed by one mentor, you go and grab another. You don't spend your time spinning the block slamming.
Yeah, you definitely don't. If you can't deal with somebody one on one behind the scenes, you should never come out here in public and ask us for help. Like that doesn't make any sense because now what you put out there is that you had to come out to the public. So basically anything that you work on going forward with Lemon, we're going to know that eventually what you guys are strategizing, trying to help each other out, AKA have no idea what the hell y'all got going on. We're always going to think now that it's going to come out here and there's not going to be any strategy or actual genuine help. Like you have to, if you're going to manage a content creator, reporter, reactor, whatever, you can't come out here and tell us the secret sauce.
And the one you was trying to mentor, you move on.
Well,
That's what
that is
alphas
true,
do.
but at the same time, how many people are going to give up on him before he even just spirals down
That's
to
not
this
your
fucking
business.
rock bottom?
That's
Well,
the
yes, it
weird
is
part. It's
because
not
I
your
feel like it is.
business.
I feel like it is, and what are you going to do about it?
I'm
Because
not
I
gonna
want to
do
put
nothing, bro.
because yeah,
Nothing.
exactly because I want to put
But you would
positivity because
no,
I
but
want to put positivity into somebody's life.
but the
I'm
way
a
you
bad
say that,
person.
the
That's
way
what
you
you're
say
saying.
Stop. So what is Ghetto gonna do about it? Like, okay, at this point, Resto's making himself sound real emotional for absolutely no reason, and says, "What are you gonna do about it?" And then he's out here for somebody else's buildup. Well, the thing is, if he's out here for somebody else's buildup and to present them, he shouldn't be talking like he needs to look in the mirror. I told him that he should do this. I told him he should do that. He won't listen. So it kind of contradicts what he just said. I don't, you're trying to help somebody, but right here in front of our eyes, you're hurting them.
I'm a
but
bad person because I want to put positivity into somebody's life. I want to help somebody with no gain. It must be weird. It must be stupid. He must be gay. That's what y'all think, bro. It's
no, and that's
retarded.
why I need to
I'm just
clear it
trying
up.
to, I am trying to help this man because we are the same age and he needs to fucking catch up. Elevate, nigga.
And
And no
that's
You
one's
the
gonna
other
can't
talk.
part.
force
No
it.
one's
You
gonna,
can't force
and
it.
no one's gonna talk.
Someone
But no
else.
one's gonna talk to him like I talk to him.
Oh,
No one's gonna do it like that. Everybody's gonna fucking coddle him because he's limit. He has numbers. I don't give a
Pause.
fuck about none of that shit.
Pause, man. Nobody gonna talk to him. Nobody's gonna do it.
hold
Pause,
up.
man.
Okay, hold up.
Yeah, it is kind of different. He literally said nobody's going to talk to him. Nobody's going to do anything. He'll just be coddled because he's got numbers. Wow.
Okay, so the backshot road.
So basically,
He's lying. Thank you, backshot.
basically anybody going forward that thinks Resto has 100% Lemon's best interest in mind, you got to be nuts. I don't think that he wants him to fail, but at the same time, this is weird.
Okay, hold up. Okay, so the backshot road. He's lying. Thank you, backshot, for writing back there. Lemon exposed him on Shakim's. He wanted to manage him and have the keys to the channel to control him, and said he's flipping it on Lolo. She was never mentioned. I knew that the time that you talked about being his manager. Right, I remember that
Yeah,
sometime last
yeah.
year.
That
Like
was totally jokes. YTC. I only manage women. That's a known thing. That's a very known thing. And I did tell him, yo, you should give like at least administrative keys to Lolo. I said that.
Yeah.
Props for that. He was stopping Tulsa from doing stuff. He's like, Lemon needs to give somebody the keys right now.
Yeah, I don't change my story, bro. It's the honestly, no offense. I don't want anything from the beef sector. Again, if anything, I give back to the beef sector because I enjoy y'all. But like, god damn it, like a nigga can't even uplift a nigga without being questioned. It's crazy. Y'all like what has Ghetto done for Lemon? What has anybody else done for Lemon? When Lemon got set down, who was on the phone with Lemon? Me, nigga. Who was trying to help Lemon get his channel back? Me, nigga.
You
Who's
were
giving Lemon?
trying to
Yeah,
help
I
him.
was.
How does he know this? Because I could prove otherwise. I could literally prove otherwise that other people stepped in and did way more for Lemon when he was down. And see, the thing is just like Lemon says, like when there's outrage and he's down and out, people pop out. But when everything's going good, folks are around the corner at a picnic or some shit instead of being at his channel. There's a lot of people that tried to help, bro. Even back in the day, Shakim helped him set up his Cash App with his his Cash App with his Google AdSense, and then Jay Dunn helped him get things squared away with StreamYard. I mean, unfortunately, yes, she did something good back in the day, but I'm pissed at her now. But she did. And I helped Resto. Please don't put yourself in an exclusive situation like you helped this man build up his channel. Bro, a lot of us were looking out for the man. All right. And at the same time, none of us, I don't think me or JDunn or Vic or Shakim or anybody else would talk to Lemon like he's a child. Here's the instructions. You do this, this, and this. Push this button. Make sure this is set up. Okay, y'all, you got anything else, Lemon? Enjoy your live. I'll holla at you. That's how we dealt with it. So please stop.
Yeah. Even when and it's funny because like he got set down when he had those strikes right around the time where I had my fucking investigation. I wasn't even supposed to be talking to niggas. I wasn't even supposed to be using Discord. But guess what? As soon as I saw that shit, hey yo, Lim, this is what you need to do. This is what you gotta do, blah blah blah. I know you're not gonna listen to me. I'm gonna call you tomorrow. I'm gonna tell you the same exact shit. Boom, did that. And he can tell you that's not a fucking lie. I did that multiple fucking times.
Ghetto
I'm
is
just
not a
sick of it at this
content.
point.
I'm not a content creator. I can't help nobody save their
Yeah,
YouTube.
but you'll sit in the back and you'll sit on panels, but you don't want to help a nigga. But I'm the one that's looked at
I
like
help
I
by
don't like
keeping
black
the.
people,
I help
that
by
I don't
keeping
want
the
to give
brand.
back to the community. But it's niggas like you who sit here and you try to fucking flex, try to say, oh well, I got this, I got that. Well, help a nigga out. Do something.
We get that help. We get that help somebody out. We hear that. We hear that. But why is it so deep in your voice to like say, "Oh, I'm just trying to help out," whatever? After you just completely erased everything you're doing. Let me go back 5 seconds. I think that I missed something. Hold on. Am I tripping? 1 second, y'all. Look. Hold up.
I don't want to give back to the community. But it's niggas like you looked at like in the.
I'm not a content creator. I can't help nobody save their.
Yeah, but you'll sit in the back and you'll sit on panels, but you don't want to help a nigga. But I'm the one that's looked at like I don't like black people, that I don't want to give back to the community. But it's niggas like you who sit here and you try to fucking flex, try to say, oh well, I got this, I got that. Well, help a nigga out. Do something.
That's what I was looking for. He said that everybody sit back and doesn't want to help, and he said that he looks like he's the bad person and whatnot. What's up, beautiful Kimmy? Appreciate you being here. Thank you. Simply Silver, what'd you say? Lemon should feel some kind of way about this conversation. Makes him look like a dumbo. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I think. That's exactly what I think. And I'm literally walking through like the few things that I saw because I get amped. You know, if I fucks with somebody, I fucks with them. And you're going to know if I have to step back and not be around. I'm trying to get over some shit, but I'm always going to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Antisocial Raw, just so y'all know, don't ever F with Antisocial Raw. That's a strong troll. Okay, trust me. Just I've been in the game long enough. Leave Antisocial Raw alone. But Envy, would you ever think about reviewing the Umar sector? Yes, I would, but I have very, very strong feelings against Umar. And I know a lot of other people do as well. When he did that $10 million scam with opening up that school, I'm definitely not an Umar sector fan. So if you can please just let them know that I come over a little bit more controversial. I got you definitely. I'll be finished with the review here in about 10 minutes or less, and I will 100% drop the link for you. Okay, 1 second. Let's see. All right,
something.
I help by keeping the brand in the air. I went in mad chats. Talk about free the Lemonaires. We ain't even do nothing.
Okay, you're a Lemonaire. I'm not a Lemonaire. You're a Lemonaire. I'm not a Lemonaire.
Oh, you're a bigger Lemonaire than me. You're a bigger Lemonaire.
Beans, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link there, just to stay on task with the timing of everything that goes on. As I said, you guys always know that I keep a tab on, what's going next and what's doing this, what's doing that. I'm just here to help bring on, the next part of the commentary that we see tonight. So yeah, feel free to come up, Beans. I dropped the link. As soon as you get up here, I'll go ahead and drop this down because we're pretty much to the meat and potatoes, or we've already gotten past the meat and potatoes of what the hell is going on here. So please come up, Beans, hit the link.
And me, because you talk to him on the phone to try to help.
So what? Yeah, so what? Yeah, so what? Yeah, I've admitted that. Yeah, so what?
Weird,
yeah,
man.
I try to help a nigga out. It's weird that I'm trying to help a nigga out. See, that's what's wrong with you, bro. That's what's wrong with you, bro. You don't want to help people.
You kept calling. You started.
He says that all the time. No, I return calls, nigga. If I drop the call logs, everybody will see, but I don't do that because I have fucking morals. That's your problem, bro. That's your problem. You care more about the way that you're perceived than helping somebody the fuck out when obviously they fucking need it.
Okay, so Lemon needs all this help again, but what I'm going back about 20 seconds to see now is if he said that Lemon reaches out to him, call logs, whatever. I want to break down what he thinks about this. Like, is he saying that he doesn't initiate calls from Lemon and he's just there as like a freaking 911 if Lemon needs help situation? I got to go over that. And Beans, please hit the link. I dropped it early so that you can holler at me. All right, let's go.
If I drop the call logs, everybody will see, but I don't do that because I have fucking morals.
Wait,
if I
Calling.
see, that's what's wrong with you, bro. I
Man.
try to help a nigga out. It's weird that I'm trying to help a nigga out. See, that's what's wrong with you, bro. That's what's wrong with
Once
you,
he
bro.
said he
You
didn't
don't
want
want to
your
help
help, you
people.
kept calling. You started
He
stalking.
says that all the time. No, I return calls, nigga. If I drop the call logs, everybody will see, but I don't do that because I have fucking morals. That's your problem, bro. That's your problem. You care more about the way that you're perceived than helping somebody the fuck out when obviously they fucking need it. I wish somebody would have had this conversation with me when I was younger. I wish somebody would have
You're the
came to
same
me.
age as him. That's the narcissist.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter, nigga. He reminds me of myself when I wasn't even in the same fucking area that I'm in right now, nigga. This is what did, bro. This is the shit that I'm talking about, bro. Like niggas want to laugh, niggas want to do all this shit. You know a lot about taxes and shit, but you don't never even try to help. Like reach out, hey yo, like you know what
I need to look here. Today
I mean? Okay.
really was like basically.
Well,
Want to crawl with his pacifier at this boat. He don't want
yeah,
to walk.
and that's why he will always be here and not him.
wait, I didn't even know. I missed that about Ken coming up. Hey, Beans, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
All right. I just want to catch about one more minute of this because I didn't see that Ken came up. I wanted to kind of catch that real quick because I know they kind of had a little bit of an issue. I believe Ken dropped in the chat pizzas or something like that. They kind of had a standoff. So I wanted to show that just real quick. It'll take me about 2 minutes and then let's chop it up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
He want to crawl though, bro. He don't want to walk.
Child, yes, she did.
Well, niggas can run. You know what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes you gotta cross so niggas can walk and niggas can run. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But the nigga don't want. He want to crawl though, bro. He don't want to walk. He want to crawl with his pacifier at this boat. He don't want to walk.
And that's why he will always be here and not him. And I keep telling him that.
But the thing is, he's making money doing what he's doing. He feel like he don't have to do nothing else. He don't have to,
Thank you for the super chat.
All right, let me go ahead and stop right there. I think we got a gist of the situation. Hopefully everybody kind of got down, what I was trying to put out there. The Vic situation of justifying what Jay Dunn did, which I think is crazy as hell. And then Resto going into a whole monologue about how he's the greatest person ever, and then he's trying to help Lemon hold a mirror, and he needs to be coddled, and then didn't stop. If you're really on somebody's side, if somebody came up and says somebody needs a pacifier and this and that, and I'm really rocking with somebody trying to help their channel and everything that Resto said he did, I wish somebody would say that about my homeboy. But Beans, you got the floor. You got the floor. What's going on?
Sorry about the noise.
Oh, you're good.
First of all, let's start with Resto has no good intent for Lemon whatsoever. Resto has been in the Discord with us for, oh God, I'm going to say for the past 5 or 6 months. And each time he's come back there, he has begged Lemon for the keys. I didn't understand what the keys meant until we would have our own little conversations amongst ourselves. And we all determined that Resto was trying to get control of the channel. Because occasionally Resto would hit Lemon's link on the YouTube side, and say things like he's managing for Mel, he's managing for Izzy, and we we go back and look at his channel and look at these two women's channels, and we didn't see any progress. So our question was, what was it that you were actually doing for these women to justify being a great manager? And what were you bringing to Lemon to justify that you could, prove yourself to be a good manager? We weren't seeing it. The proof was not in the pudding. His subscriber count has remained the same the entire time. His sponsorship, we never saw it. He talked about it, but we never saw it. He claimed to be able to give Lemon all these or get Lemon all these sponsors. We never saw any of this stuff.
Yeah,
And
didn't he say that he wanted to schedule something with Flacco? And see, the thing is, the weirdest thing about him saying that he wanted to schedule something with Poetic Flacco is Flacco actually asked Lemon that directly. That had nothing to do with Resto. We watched it happen. He didn't. Go ahead.
Flacco came to Lemon's channel and
Right.
and sat on the panel for about an hour or so without even knowing anything about Resto. Like months and months before Resto. Who the
Right.
hell Resto? We never even heard of Resto. But Flacco was like, well, anytime you want to
Yep.
hook up and do some things, let's talk. Now, and then later on down the line, Resto came into play. So Resto's lying about a lot of things. There's so many inconsistencies in his bullshit storyline.
Right. I
Um,
think that he was lurking. It sounds like a voyeur that's like lurking, watching somebody move. Like he hasn't said anything that we haven't tried to do.
exactly.
We've helped. Everybody's pitched in and helped with his channel just out of love. You know what I mean? And I mean, like, love and respect. And then the Poetic Flacco thing, once he brought up, I was going to set up an interview. We're not dumb.
Because Poetic Flacco
On
actually
his own.
that he saw Lemon, and he was amazed with how fast Lemon had blown up, and he was impressed with it. And he said if Lemon needed any help or needed any whatever, that they could even collab and do some things together. Flacco said these things himself. He never even, there was no Resto involvement. So I don't know what Resto's talking about. We all witnessed this for ourselves, all of us. The other thing, when Lemon's channel was down, when he had all those strikes, Lemon saved his own channel. Lemon sat there, and I mean, he was grasping for straws. He reached out to a couple of people for help, but pretty much Lemon sat in that room by himself and typed up some stuff. I don't know what the hell he said, but he came back and he was excited. He did this on his own. Resto was ghost. He called Resto. He texted Resto. He emailed. No Resto. No Resto anywhere to be found. In that Vegas, the whole thing, he tried to pull Lemon into this mess, and we kept telling him, you know what? You may not want to go yourself. You may not want to even get involved yourself.
Right.
After everything happened, he came back in that Discord with his tail between his legs and told us that he was being accused of SA and that this woman was trying to ruin his life. And I said to him, now do you see why we didn't want Lemon to go? And Lemon came in and told him before he left, he said, man, nah, I'm good. I don't need to go. I'm good. I'm cool right here. I've had enough of Vegas. I'm okay. I mean, it's just all these things this guy's saying. This little going around from panel to panel, this tour thing, it didn't kick off until Lemon decided that he trusted in Binary.
Right.
And I think Binary is a good choice for him. I think Binary is a good guy, even though sometimes I can't stand Binary.
Binary's a good dude. I know I was hard on him. I was hard on him, but yeah, he's actually doing work.
Binary is a cool guy, and I really don't think Binary has any malintent towards Lemon. I really genuinely believe that Binary wants to help. Now, me and Binary, we might have our little skirmishes, but at the end of the day, Binary means well. Binary's not trying to tear Lemon down. And that's what I love about Binary.
Right. He's not.
And he's not on these, you certainly don't see evidence of him on these panel tours
That's
trying.
the problem.
Yes. What is that all about? It's
Well, I
just
think two things. I'm going to give you a controversial answer to that. I think that he's trying to foreshadow binary, like because basically he's trying to be out there more as the head honcho. Like,
oh
what would be the end goal, do you think, of hitting these platforms and making an issue out of it? If he says he doesn't want anything out of it, it doesn't. I don't understand. That's like working backwards.
I think it's going to have to be up to the people because Lemon for some reason does not want to hurt this man's feelings and just tell him hell no. I told you no and I mean no, and just be damn final with it and be stern. It's going to be up to the people to say, you know what, we've heard enough of you and we're done, we're moving on. That's what it's going to take. Because if not, if people keep lending their panels to him and giving him an ear and an audience, he's going to keep on and he's going to keep going. So the thing to do is to shut his ass down. We don't want to hear anymore. The fact that he was run out of his own sector should be, evidence enough that this guy's full of crap.
What's up, Sheffy? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Now the whole sector thing, I don't know, like how he handled Vegas and this and that. That's a disaster in and of itself. But I don't. There's different levels to this. Let me ask you this first, and this will lead right back into Resto. Okay, did you see my commentary about Vic?
I did see that about Vic.
Okay. Okay. Can you speak on that real quick as to how right or wrong you think he is?
What do you mean as far as
Well, he blamed it on Lemon, basically saying, and I understand that you can't have like a Jay Dunn and whoever she doesn't like up on the panel drop one because that means that you pick sides, and then he said that that she could move around the black sector as much as she want to, and people are going to keep letting her up on the panel, and also that she warned Lemon that she was going to come back and she was going to drop down and come up and tear up his platform. So basically, he's justifying the situation with his logic. What do you think about that?
I don't justify it because porn bombing is never right. I don't care what the situation is. I think porn bombing is something that you resolve to do when you feel powerless, when you've lost control. So that I disagree with that. As far as JDunn being able to hit links, I don't agree with that either. I think people are going to get to the point where they're fed up. It's happened before and it can happen again. These content creators, it's up to them what they want to do with their channels. And a lot of them are very stern. They just don't put up with much in terms of Jay Dunn. So I disagree with that as well. As far as the warning, she did warn him. She did say, you I can't remember her exact words, but the warning was put out there. But it does not justify the action at all. So for me, I just think that what happened was wrong. I think it was a childish temper tantrum, so to speak, something that happened because she lost control. She felt like she had no other recourse. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make you pay. And to me, that's not a good friend. If you're a friend and you say that you've helped someone build something, you've helped them get monetized and all these other wonderful things, why would you want to destroy and literally terminate somebody's means of income? Why would you want to do that? So you rather burn the house down than see this person, and say, you know what? I don't like what you did. I don't appreciate it. don't talk to me anymore, and walk away. That's something that I would do. Don't fuck with me no more. Don't fuck with me, and I won't fuck with you.
Right.
We gonna leave it at that. But tearing out your whole house, burning it down, incinerating the whole damn thing, poof, no ashes, no nothing, and walking away, I'm leaving you homeless, foodless, nothing, nothing. That's not cool. You don't give a fuck about me when you do that. You render me homeless, foodless. I mean, just out there, ass out to the.
Right.
You don't
Right.
care about me. You're not my
Now,
friend.
right. So wasn't it evident to you? I don't want Resto to make any excuses about trolling or joking or being sarcastic. It doesn't matter because people's perceptions is what they are. You could say something one way and with 800 people in a place, they're going to take it 800 different ways. So what do you think about Resto basically saying like he has to look in the mirror? He can't help himself. Basically what Ghetto was speaking against, like he has to hold his hand or something like a kid.
Oh,
How do you feel about
grifter,
that?
grifter, bullshit, all of it, every bit of it. He's a grifter, and it's all bullshit. Why didn't you look in the mirror when you took your ass and left your wife and child over in Korea, South Korea, and came over to Vegas and fucked those two women and put everything that you built at risk? You say you're in the military, you can be court-martialed. You can be put in prison. But you risked all of that knowing that this was a consequence. And knowing that you were bothering with this woman, and this woman became so vindictive and full of jealousy that she reported you. So where was all of this thinking and thought and all this other stuff, mirror looking and soul searching? You didn't do any of that. You did not practice any of it. None of it. You hopped your ass on a plane. You showed customs your passport. You re-entered the United Snakes of America, and you parlayed in Vegas, courtesy of Rockwood School District. And then you pissed off a white woman, and she charged your ass. Now, I'm not saying it happened. You said it happened, and I know you.
Can you
About
I
you
want you
know, wait
to
a minute, don't cut me off. Let me finish. Resto came in that Discord and told us that he was being charged. Me, beans and cornbread, never said anything. I can only go by what you tell me. I get up every day, I wash my ass, I go to work, I eat, shit, and sleep. I have nothing to do with what you do in your personal life. I come on here on this YouTube and play and have fun. And I talk with my friends. I didn't do shit. Nothing. You
That's what I
brought
was
it to
hoping.
us.
Yep, that's what I was hoping. I just wanted my people to understand exactly what you were talking about.
Yes.
That's a great explanation, and you were basically talking about the fact that he was trying to weasel out of a situation with them being investigated and all that other stuff, which I don't know how it came off of Discord, but we there's a lot of different behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like
yeah,
especially with the Vegas thing. But
yes.
I think that the people, what Beans was just talking about, and she could tell you directly now why I highlight these comments. She was talking about money being taken out of a school district and misappropriated funds and things like that, I believe. But you can you can clarify that for us if you don't mind.
Yeah, he says that these things aren't related, but they're very much so related because Izzy came into that Discord looking for him. We were in there talking about something else. Now, mind you, the backstory to this is we were always doing our own thing.
Right.
He kept coming in there forcing.
Hey, yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead. My
you
bad.
were in there a couple of times. He would come in there and literally force his life stories, what's going on, his current events onto us, and completely turn the conversations towards him and about him. We didn't want to hear that bullshit. We didn't care.
Right.
But he kept shoving it. Oh, well, my daughter's rich, and okay,
Mm-hmm.
we go. I
Yep.
mean, every night it's something different with this dude. We didn't damn care.
Did he said he was? Did he tell you that he was sending like 5 figures over here to to get the Airbnb
He
booked?
said
And he was
that,
he was. Did he say he was throwing around a significant amount of money?
yes, he said that they were having some kind of conference or something, and on the back end, somebody on his sector uh said that that wasn't the case, that it was a meetup to do porno videos. And hell, we don't know all of this stuff. We're just a bunch of damn people in the Discord minding our business. We
Right.
for this information, and come to find out he was banned from Airbnb. Izzy told us that. Izzy came in there and told us, oh, well, that's interesting because he couldn't get the Airbnb until I
Yep.
provided a credit card.
Yep.
I put
So
my credit card up
I'm
for.
I'm seeing my chat right now, and you're definitely going down it real quick. But the high points, I don't think that they understand. They're saying misappropriated funds and the credit card. And I can't tell it as good as you can. So basically, the misappropriation funds and the credit card. I believe people want to know that specifically. I know you touched on it, but can you
I,
give them like a direct answer on that stuff?
yeah, they need to go to St. Louis Post Dispatch if they want to know anything about that. The whole thing. And she took the credit card. There was also some money moved around. She was an official within the school district, at Rockwood School District. She could not run. She resigned from her position and could not run for re-election because of all of this scandal. And this is all correlated, all of it. The Resto can talk all he likes, but it is all related. We didn't ask for this. It was dumped on us, and we were sick of it. We were sick of him, and we were sick of the story. Izzy and Mel, we didn't give a fuck about neither of the three. We were fucking fed up with it. But here we are. And I said, you know what? Since you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. This woman trashed her family. She trashed her career. She trashed her credibility. She trashed it all for his sorry ass. And that's why I call him Coochie Klepto, because she is a married woman. You stole the coochie of another man, a fellow soldier. That man is a military guy too. And he reported him. He reported Resto. And Resto was under investigation. So Resto stands a chance of going to jail. He can talk. I'm out of the woods. I'm not under investigation. First, you wasn't under investigation. Now you're out of the woods. So which one is it? Liar.
Yeah. I
All we
don't.
wanted to do, Envy, was be
Yep.
left alone. We didn't want we was sick of him. And the only reason why we had to put up with him was because Lemon would not block his ass from that damn Discord. We were fucking fed up with Resto. We were really tired of him. We didn't want to hear it.
I got a
Hell, we
lot of
got all a
people.
bunch of damn chicks back there. We talking about pets and pictures of kids and damn grandkids. And if somebody going to college, somebody get ready to start school, this is the shit we talk about. Oh, I'm going on a trip. I'm getting my nails done. We don't want to fucking talk about you and your shit.
Right. I see Fact wants to ask you a question, but I believe up here the comments were talking about let's see, should have got rid of Resto. Oh. The comments were talking about how do you get banned from an Airbnb? Did he ever elaborate on that? And then we'll deal with Fact's question.
From what I can hear, and I'm gonna have y'all to go over to Neve from his sector. The person's name is Neve, and Neve does a very thorough job of reviewing Resto and Mail. Y'all gonna need to run over to there. I don't have a link to the channel. It's Neve, and Neve is very good about going through covering everything from A to Z, beginning to up to now. And I
Yeah,
forgot
yeah.
that's a question. What
Yeah.
was it?
I'm gonna do Facts question real quick, and then I definitely have one more question that I want to get out for sure.
Mm.
I'm gonna start from the beginning here. So he's Beans is if you're 100% sure about this, I hope you're this. Wait, damn. Beans, if you're 100% sure about this, some really nasty work because I didn't know all of this.
If I
Some
wasn't
pictures,
100% sure, I wouldn't be talking about. I'm fucking
right.
fed up with it.
That's what I
I
felt like.
just
Yeah.
tired
And
of it.
and then he said, Evie, you're my brother. I need to ask Beans a very definitive question. Without this, a lot of it isn't going to be helpful. Okay, what'd you ask? Was he court? Was he? I assume court martial. Was he court martial? If not, why you charge? Why you charge somebody in the military with that type of crime? There has to be a court martial.
Thank.
And yeah, go
That's
ahead.
very true. So I don't know. I'm not privy to that. All I know is that there continues to be lies piled up on top of lies. And I would prefer if Resto would leave us alone in the Discord and don't fucking come back. Leave us alone. We don't want to be bothered with you and your ilk, your shit. We just don't want, we don't give a fuck. All of this running around here trying to trash Lemon, and I told him I was gonna hit links. I don't usually hit links, but I hit links now.
This is
Every time you bring your ass out here with these lies, I'm gonna debunk it. I'm fucking tired of it. A lot of us are. We fucking sick of it. Leave us alone. Don't come back in there. And this is the thing. Queen Pisces one night went smooth, slap the fuck off. She said, when you see that this Discord is full of women, why do you come in here every night? Why do you keep coming in here? We don't want to hear from you. If you see us in here, go the other way. You should already know at the onset. Damn, it's
it's
full
like
of
going to
women.
girls' night. It's
They
like
gonna
going to
be,
girls' night out and sitting down
yes,
at the table. Like,
yes.
it's just
We gonna be
weird.
talking about girl shit. We don't want you there. You ain't seen no men's names in there. What the fuck are you coming around for? Leave us alone. But he
Right.
comes there anyway. Oh, my wife, my wife, my wife.
Yep.
My daughter, my daughter, my daughter. I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm a Pokemon this and I'm doing that. Da 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 da. And I got money and this and that. And the other night, he showed me a damn, he cammed up and showed us this. He's smiling, got this fake ass grill, these teeth with these fake ass diamond whatever's in them. Nigga, bye. Don't nobody care. Grow up.
Have you heard Resto say this? This is a good question, Molly. He got banned from Airbnb because he taped an intimate video in a property and the owner found out. Wow.
That his sector notified the Airbnb. They were filming from there. I think in fact, before they could get to this trip they were going on, some people from the sector allegedly, because I don't know it to be true. Izzy did come in and confirm it, but I don't know for myself. It's not something that I looked at.
In fact, I thought I asked your question. I asked if
Yeah.
he was court-martialed. I thought I asked your question, so I don't know what this comment's for. Okay, Molly, Beans, is it true that he bleached his skin? I know that's a crazy question, but he
Now,
mentioned
why y'all asking me all this and now y'all acting like Resto? You taking me down a fucking rabbit hole? I don't know. I don't know if this is a bleach his skin. All I know is he got a purple fingernail and a do-rag. I don't know. He's a weirdo. He's a fucking weirdo. Hey, did he bleach his skin? I don't know. Do he use Palmolive? Does he fucking wash with red? I don't know. The hell? Fuck wrong with you Negroes?
Right. Well, I mean, my thing is also fact, and yes, I do. Nothing people talk about YouTube. Anybody in the military charged with sexual assault will receive. True, 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 and I understand that. What I was looking at up here was I just wish he wasn't on y'all like that. It just I don't know. It just screams like he wants to be around to see what y'all are doing because he wants to also be, tight with Lemon. It's like a divide and conquer kind of weird situation in my opinion. Let me ask you about this, okay? So along the lines of him bleaching his skin or allegedly bleaching his skin, whatever the hell may be, how did you feel about his comments last night about dipping in the peanut butter and whatnot? Because me personally, I feel like he was moonwalking from the questions because he was, I believe, trying to down, I don't know, a binary's wife or something. How do you feel about that? Because they said, oh, it's the Korean culture that if you're lighter, that you have a great job inside. And if you're darker, you have more more of a low paying job inside. But the thing is what I was trying to say in the comments 100,000 times is that he knows the American culture. He can't say, oh, I've only been in Korea and I'm ignorant. How did you feel about that, Beans?
Okay, that's a loaded question, but I'll try to break it down.
My bad.
So, in terms of the peanut butter thing, let me just say this. Resto, I know you in the clouds, but baby, ghetto intellect's wife shits on your wife, baby. She shits and it's diarrhea rolling all. Baby, she dookie shoot on your wife. That man's wife is drop dead gorgeous. She's beautiful. Beautiful woman. And his wife looked like a plain old sheet of paper. That's all I can say about that.
Damn.
But
Damn.
just a plain Jane sheet of paper chick. And no, you can't. Your wife is not. I don't know where you see the beauty, but that is your wife. I guess if I were a husband, I'd see my wife as beautiful too. So whatever.
Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, right?
Right. But as far as the peanut butter thing, I think he has an issue with color and his own race. It to me is self-deprecating. It speaks to why he chose to marry her in the first place or anyone like her, because he doesn't feel like he has any love for his own. And he'll throw up, well, my mama is black. But you surround yourself and you immerse yourself in the Asian culture. He kind of reminds me of what's that guy that was with Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons, you can clearly see how much Russell Simmons does not like his blackness. He embraces everything Asian culture, everything around him has to do with them. And he literally runs from his blackness. And I think that's what Resto does. For him to say that Ghetto's wife looks like she's been dipped in peanut butter, honey, that's a compliment to me. But to Resto, that's it's a deterrent. It's like, no, ew, that's ugly. That's gross. And that's sad. It's sad because you bringing your black ass back to the United States. And guess what? Your blackness is going to be at the fore everywhere you go. The grocery store, the bank, riding and sitting at the red light, taking your daughter to school. You're a black man. You're a nigga. They don't give a fuck. When you get stopped by the police, they not going to ask you, oh, well, is your wife Asian? Okay, we'll go ahead and let you go, sir. They don't give a damn. When you go to apply for that loan, they're not going to say, oh, well, your wife is Asian. Okay, we'll approve 50% of the loan. The rest of it is denied because of your niggerness. No, it ain't none of that. Bull motherfucking shit. You a nigga until you leave this goddamn earth. Okay?
Absolutely. Okay, fact. I was like, no, you know me better than that to be putting jackets on people. Let me ask you this before we depart. And I have a few things to say. I always do a conclusion or whatever, but like if I'm doing something about somebody's show or whatever the case may be, I'm definitely going to shut it off when they, get into their commentary. But let me ask you this, right? Now this time machine, this Wayback Machine, right? I get it. Somebody sent me, did you hear him talk about his Wayback Machine?
I have heard bits and pieces.
Right. He said, so people asked him, yeah, I'm gonna let you talk. I'm just gonna, when you said you just heard bits and pieces, I'm gonna, give it to you real quick so that you can have the floor. So I can get it all out. So people did ask him the normal question, what kind of, research, history, you don't even know beef sector. You've only been like Ghetto said, you've been here 5 minutes and Lemon's been here 5 years, right? Okay. So the way he justified that is he said there's an app online called Wayback Machine and that he can look up any video, even if it doesn't exist. Now, the Wayback Machine is like a server for the internet, but he said specifically he can look up any video, VS, Sean Bradley, Lady Nika, like all the OGs, right?
Mhm.
Um, so it was like, okay, YTC typed it in, and she's like, it doesn't look like you can do that. So basically, he was given a challenge. They're like, okay, back in 2015, this and this happened, and all he was able to say is that he knew about DC Gate and Vegas Gate. They weren't asking about that. But the fact that he can't produce a video as of now, that he looked at the Wayback Machine, don't you think that's like an invasion of privacy? Or do you think that he's, justifying being able to have the credibility to speak on the beef sector? I'd love to hear that. I'm
I
on mute.
I don't think it's an invasion of privacy because those are public. If they were ever put out there public, but I do disagree with him being able to have access to them. I know for a fact that law enforcement can, the FBI can find
Right.
those videos, but you, me, the lay people in this country, no, we don't have access to stuff like that, especially that far back. Unless you have a URL number, you can't find shit,
Exactly.
a layperson. But if you're law enforcement, same thing. They can literally get with their forensic analysts and their programmers and whatnot, and they can find whatever they need to find. But as far as me and you and anybody in this chat, regular
Right.
people, no,
Yep.
no, I disagree. That's another
Yep.
deep, and you and I both know that, and a lot of
Right.
people in this chat, we all know this. This man is just full of lies, and he needs to stop. Stop giving him the damn airway. You can't find shit unless you have a URL. Um, and unless you're law enforcement, you have access to everything because nothing can ever be erased. It's just inaccessible.
Right. Right. And let's just pretend, and you're 100% correct. You and I can't go look up a damn thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And the reason why, if you delete something that they had, they're going to have it because it's permanently on Google server or whoever's server that,
Right.
whatever.
Now, me and you,
TikTok.
Envy, I'm mad at you, and I'm finna go back 25 years to that
Yeah.
video roasting my ass. I'm getting you, nigga. I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm finna, please. Good
So
luck trying to find.
let's skip over who can access it, who can't access it, and going forward. Okay, let's skip over that whole thing. Don't you think that it's odd that he's telling people that he's digging into things about them? The
That
reason
is,
why the reason why I think that's weird is, number one, I think he's trying to control Lemon, which that would make sense that he'd be digging into people's stuff. That's not even, I mean, the reason why people put videos on private is because they want them to be private. I know it's public information, but respect the people's rights that you're trying to bring out here and air out.
and
So
therein
I
lies.
just think that I think it's weird. Let's say that you and I can't, and this is the last thing I'll say. Let's just say that you and I can't access something. The fact that he is trying to do so or letting people know, I think it's kind of like one of those passive aggressive threats. Like, I can find anything about you if I need to know. That's why I should be in the beef sector. I think it's weird, even if we can access it or not.
I think it's highly suspect. And the very fact that he sat up there and said that he had been looking at VS and Sean Bradley, for what? They don't bother you. Why are you fucking with them? Why are you bothering with their videos if you've even looked at them? Leave them alone. They not fucking with you. And why would you even bring them up? I think that the very fact that he name dropped those two people because they're significant heavy hitters and OGs in the beef sector says a lot to me. He's clout chasing, and he's trying to build some type of foundation for himself to be sitting amongst us. And I say, hell no, nigga. Push on. You kick rocks. You're not welcome here. You're just not. It's disturbing to me. It is really highly fucking disturbing that you would even sit up and make a comment like that, a statement as to say, oh, well, I can go back and look up anybody I want. Okay, so can the IRS. So
Right.
can Social Security. So can your job when you go for a damn background check. Okay, so what are you saying? What are you gonna do with the information? You ain't doing nothing with it. You couldn't even protect yourself from the fuckery that you got yourself into.
Right.
So
Exactly.
stop it.
And here's what I would also like to say, because this is the elephant in the room, not the elephant in the room, but here's the purpose while we're here. Um, to make Lemons Live a good live for the people, to gather information or whatnot. What do you think should be addressed? What do you think should be handled or whatnot on Lemon's Live? So, because so far he said that he was gonna definitely drag Jay Dunn, and I believe, I don't know, somebody else he said was on the list. But what do you think we should get out of Lemon's Live tonight to make a final judgment on whether it be Resto or Binary or him or Jay Dunn? What do you think we should get out of it tonight?
I think as far as Jay Dunn, that's between him and Jay Dunn. They have a on and off relationship. I'm not even gonna touch that. I think whatever happens with that is whatever he decides. But as far as Resto, I think he needs to cut the umbilical cord and let that go, because that guy is he's destructive. There's no way you could tell me that this man, he claims to care about you and he's going behind you tearing things down. No, he's not your friend. Um, and as far as anything else, it's not my channel, it's not my platform. I'm just a lowly ass mod and a subby. I'm just gonna sit in my place and moderate. But decisions and all that, that's up to Lemon. At the end of the day, it's Lemon's channel and it's his to do it as he chooses. So nobody anywhere has any say, only Lemon. And whatever decision he makes, I have to stand with that and moderate and stay in my lane. And that's what I'm gonna do. Moderate.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, all you can do is suggest corrections, if you see fit. But yeah, again, it's not
Thank
www.beansandcornbread.com. So
you. I
I,
don't run shit. I stay in my lane, and I'm not. No, I'm not the head lemonette. It
I
ain't
was just
no
gonna
head.
say that.
Oh no, I stay in my lane and I mind my motherfucking business.
Oh,
And that's it. That's all.
Shady Tales, I definitely don't have to get the banner ready. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you got that much out. Oh dear. Hold on. I actually will get the banner real quick because I'm not J Dunn. Hold on. Hold on. All right, Beans, go ahead. You J Dunn, let us conclude real quick. We got like 3 minutes. But yeah,
Oh,
Beans,
I'm.
huh?
I don't have anything else to say. Is she
Cool.
trying to come up?
She is. She is.
Let her.
Huh?
Let her come up.
I don't think it's very responsible to do so, but since I've been talking about her,
Oh, okay.
I, I don't think it's responsible to do so. But since I've been talking about her, I think
Oh well.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Go ahead.
Now, come on now, Envy. I done been over here before and I ain't never showed you no penis and pussy. Please.
Well, hey, well, you're never mind. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, if you gonna be a hit dog that's gonna holler, then you can holler. But what was for lemon was for lemon. But I came up here because I heard y'all talking. I got here a little bit late because Mika did a live and I was over there at Mika's. So Mika is saying that if Shakim is going to be a part of this competition, then she don't want no parts and she is withdrawing her support. And I know she was in charge of the flyer and all that kind of stuff. Did y'all know that?
That she was behind a flyer, you said? That she's the
The
graphics
flyer, the
person?
intro, and all. Yeah, it was a few things I guess she was working on for that.
Oh, okay. So why does that matter? Like if Lemon asked her to do the graphics, I'm trying to fit that into what we're talking about.
No,
I don't
because she
know.
didn't want no parts. She didn't want no parts with Shakim being a part of it. And on Pizarro, Shakim said that he is going to be a part of it.
Okay, I'm gonna drop down because I don't know anything about any of this stuff. And thank you for having me, Envy.
Of course,
All
Beans.
right.
I
Okay.
appreciate your input. Thank you so much.
No problem. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
All right.
All right, so state what you said, Jay Dunn. I don't remember. What did you say that? Okay, you said that she's a part of the graphics and whatnot. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Uh,
like making stuff for it. And I guess
right.
Shakim is supposed to be a part of everything, but she didn't know about it until today on Pizarro's.
So Shakim's in part he's part of the graphics and aesthetics
No,
of the
he's a part of
situation.
the competition. The
The
competition, all of that. Yeah.
yeah, I mean Lemon definitely Lemon gave her or gave him not an invite but said that he can perform. Which I mean, how do you feel about that? I mean, it sounds like they're kicking stuff under the rug that doesn't need to be a big deal
Well, I don't have any feelings
because
about it, but
they
according
don't
to
really have a beef. It's weird. They don't really have a beef. They have a banter.
yeah, I don't care too much about it. I don't care about limiting his channel. You should have knew that by now after last night. So I don't care. But I was just giving you the newest update about that particular portion because I think he been over there trying to dox Mika and put in Mika's mugshot and stuff, and so she really don't want no parts with trying to help Lemon, especially considering that he ain't been paying her a dime for her work. She didn't say that. I said that he ain't been paying her nothing, but she don't want no parts with that. And then he trying to include the person that's been trying to dox her.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. I hope that they don't get into a petty situation like that. I really, 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 really don't. Because from the beginning, I believe that she was supposed to do that anyway. Because for the dating show, I forget whose dating show it was, she was doing the graphics and stuff like that. That's just kind of what she does. So there really shouldn't even be any issue with that, to be honest.
The issue is that Shaquille been trying to dox her and stuff.
Okay, so if Shakim's trying to dox Mika, what does that have to do with working on the contest graphics? I'm just trying to piece this stuff together. Okay, so you said,
She said she don't want to collaborate with somebody who
oh,
been trying to dox her.
oh, okay. So okay, I see what you're saying. She's supposed to work with Shakim to bring it together, not work independently. That's why I asked that question.
Right, because I guess she doing flyers with people's pictures and stuff. I don't know.
Oh, I see what you're
I'm just
saying.
telling you that that's what she said.
I see what you're saying. So she's saying like shock him if he's a contestant or whatever. She would obviously have to reach out to him to get a picture for the flyer and this and that. And she's getting way too many mixed signals who she should put on the flyer and whatnot. I get it. That makes sense.
Yes.
Um,
So that's all I was telling you.
yeah, it sounds like a lot of confusion, Jay Dunn, to be honest with you. Now, let me ask you like the $1,000,000 question that everybody else asks or whatnot. Were you okay? I saw a little bit of it. Did you get dropped or did you drop yourself that last time before you came back up? Because it
Oh,
was both. It was both on the show. Like somebody was trying to say that you dropped yourself or didn't drop yourself. Can you tell us
no,
like
initially Lemon had dropped me. And then once me and Tracy was up there, I dropped myself when me and Tracy was up there because I
mhm.
was just like, I'm not gonna keep trying to explain when this man is clearly just lying in front of all these people's faces. He was just lying. Like, I mean, how do I sit up there and argue with somebody who is bold faced lying when they know that they dropped me, but then they saying that they did?
Okay, so from that point, what triggered you to go to the level of what you did last night? What was the trigger? What was the okay, I can't take it anymore?
It wasn't that I couldn't take it anymore. I told him to stop letting that girl talk about my pussy. And once I heard her keep talking about my pussy, keep talking about my pussy, keep talking about it, oh, okay, well, let me show you some pussy.
And is this a situation where you feel like nobody could tell somebody how to fight? Like there's nothing out
Um,
of bounds?
well, this is a situation where I mean, I warned you. Why in the hell this girl keep talking about my pussy, but then y'all say I'm obsessed with her, but she can't get a sentence out without talking about me and my pussy.
Mm. So you feel like that was eye for an eye. You don't feel like it was excessive.
I feel like I had told Lemon the grievance multiple times during that live stream, and he didn't give a damn. So I'll make you give a damn.
Mm.
I bet he give a damn now.
Let me ask you this. It was reported that Lipstick Alley was reporting this. Are you aware of anybody reporting it at that time? You could have recorded, your friend could have recorded. I know you're not going to snitch on anybody, but I did hear Lipstick Alley was reporting it. Is that true?
Reporting what?
The P bomb, because
Oh, Lipstick Alley.
we're none of us
Lipstick
are.
Alley follow everything. Alley been following everything since 2018. They've been up in the B sector for a very long time. So
Wow.
if they recorded it or reported it, I'm not shocked. They report everything. You have sat on the panels with people from Lipstick Alley and you don't even know it.
Jesus, sounds rogue to me. Sounds very very interesting to me. But yeah, Jay Dunn,
Yeah,
I
they
just
not that anonymous.
yeah. I don't know, Jay Dunn. I let you up here to speak, and I mean, you did provide the information that Mika and Shakim. We know they have a friction or whatnot, but there would be some compromise if they were, kind of, I guess, instructed by somebody, which would be like a Resto or something, to work together. The reason why I say that is Resto was on Shakim's panel the other day, basically discussing the contest and whatnot, and it seemed like Resto wanted him to continue to be in the competition. So I understand that. I know that the people are just going to be like, what level will JDunn stop at? And it sounds like none. Because here's the thing, I know people are going to be like, okay, you strike their channel for less, but you knew that because community guidelines and all the ins and outs, who to email, whatnot, and that was something that could get the whole thing terminated.
Correct. That was the point.
That you wanted his whole channel to get terminated?
And he don't give a fuck about me. So why should I give a fuck about his channel?
Mm.
If I came up there and I said I don't like that this girl keep talking about my pussy up here and calling my pussy inside out and all this kind of stuff, and I clicked that link multiple times with the same grievance. He didn't give a damn about me, so why should I give a damn about his channel?
Mm. I mean, I hear you. I don't agree with you, but I hear you. Um, you know, eh, damn, damn, Jay Dunn. I mean, you have definitely gone after people's channels for less. If somebody like,
But
for
but see,
example,
that's the problem. That's the problem. Because I talked to Lemon several times last night upon his. Everybody know that I was in and up and down off that link. Everybody saw me try to talk to him like a decent human being. He didn't give no fuck about it with his drunk ass. So why do I give a fuck about his channel? And then you saying I did stuff to people for far less. What's up? What I'm just supposed to just let people keep doing shit, or am I gonna put you up in your motherfucking place?
uh, it's hard for me to have that conversation because I just don't agree with taking the whole channel. Maybe I don't know. Don't you guys? Okay, okay, I'll ask a different way. So it seemed like you guys had some really good rapport in the past. We know that you tried to help, different things with the channel, probably StreamYard. I don't know. I wasn't in the conversation, so I'm not sure what you tried to help with or whatnot. So I feel like you all had an open dialogue, but also I believe that you were given amnesty for like $200 or something until June something, right? So you all have obviously made deals in the past and things like that. So I'm just
Yeah,
wondering.
in the deals in the past, Lemon reneged on each and every one of them. Then blanked it on the teleport. I ain't got time.
So tell me something that he reneged on, like that you couldn't be dropped, bought down. Who could come up, that kind of stuff. Like, what did he
Case in
renege
point,
on?
just recently, I would say about a month ago, he said that nobody could buy me down. And then as soon as he begged me to come back to his channel, and I came back to his channel, and then he allowed Lady Dimples to buy me down. And then my supporter doubled it to get me back up. And then
Right.
Dimples came back with some money. But he had just said that wasn't something that was going to happen. Don't invite me over here only for you to be a bold-faced liar. Again, I give no fucks about his platform. He had to lose a video, so be it. It ain't my video.
Yeah, but we're talking about the channel. Now, hey, I can't speak on whether you wanted one video to go down and, or whatnot. That's you. That's you. I can't tell you how to
What
react
what
as
I,
a subscriber, but the whole channel, that's kind of bad.
what I'm saying is I didn't give a fuck if it was the whole channel or just the video. I didn't care. I just wanted my message to come across in the way that it needed to. If the whole channel was gone, okay. If it was a video, okay. Either way, he got the message loud and clear, and so did everybody else.
So have you felt like you've been treated any different today by the sector, whether it be on panels or whatnot, versus before this happened?
No, I done been on the same panels that I always go to with no problem. You the only one that's scared with this uh damn big rig.
I most definitely am scared. I will say, and
Right,
when
and that's
and
how I know that you ain't a B sector person. Like you scared.
I'm not a beef sector person, never have been. So I'm cool. I'm just scared. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is, really. But at this point, like we just have questions. So let me ask you this: do you think that this is mendable between you and Lemon ever? Because everybody's going to wonder how long that this is going to last. Is this mendable or is it up and stuck? Because as of right,
Until he actually starts showing some decency and respect and stop lying. As long as he disrespect me, then I'm gonna disrespect the fuck out of him.
damn. Well, I don't see things changing, but I do see people probably picking sides and trying to drag this into something crazy. Me personally, I think that it's a little over the top, but Vic doesn't think it's over the top. So, we're all going to have different opinions. I just hope that I mean, okay, so based on the situation or whatever, and based on what you did, what is the end goal? So basically, to send a message to him and just that's it. Hopefully he understands where JDunn stood because obviously he couldn't do it before you made this mistake or not mistake, but before you did what you did allegedly.
Well, no, it's not allegedly. I
No,
did
I
do
meant. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You definitely did it. What I mean allegedly was is
it.
that I'm tripping. Yeah, you definitely did it. You went
Okay.
extreme, Jay Dunn. Like usually when somebody P bombs someone and they show a picture or whatever the case may be, you got pretty graphic, Jay Dunn. You got kind of graphic. That was something
Well,
else.
when I was using my voice, he acted like he couldn't comprehend what I was saying. But he comprehended them visual images, didn't he? He comprehended that visual.
Let me see here. Let me see what fact is typing here. Envy, bro, what are you talking about? She has a whole list. She has a hit list. She spoke on earlier today on people that she plans on doing this to. That was a test run.
That's a
I did
lie.
hear.
That's hold on. No, but no, fact is lying. I have a hit list as far as people that been fucking with my channel. Not about nobody, not about porn bombing people. Fact is one of them people that's from over there with Nick. Bitch, absolutely not.
Let's see. You can't,
You think last night was the first night that I knew how to do that? And I've been up in the beef sector for the last 7 years.
mm, damn, Jay Dunn. You don't. Damn, Jay Dunn. I'm speechless because I thought that maybe you would have some give a fuck, but you definitely don't. So I mean,
I don't.
as
Lemon
people,
Lemon
go
ain't
ahead.
gave a fuck about me. He hasn't given a fuck about my concerns. He ain't give a fuck whenever I try to tell him. I mean, hell, I was over there with Resto and them and the racists, and they was talking crazy about lesbians. Lemon went to sleep and I give a fuck. It's a lot of bullshit that Lemon done did that I let slide and I let skate. Now that I finally dropped the gauntlet up on his ass, then now everybody like, well, JDunn, why'd you do it? Well, look at the past year of everything that I had to endure whenever I was over there. Bitch, please. He should be happy that I didn't do this to him before he went to Vegas.
So let me ask you this: if you've been thinking about this type of action based on how you've been treated for so long, you said before Vegas. If you didn't like somebody that much, why were you hitting the panel and sporting the channel? I don't. I mean, I'm not
No,
being
no,
able to put those two together. Go ahead.
I did like Lemon back then before the Vegas. But you can only mistreat me for so long before I don't like you. You think I'm supposed to still be liking somebody and they keep being mistreating of me or disregarding me? No.
Did you ever have a conversation? Because I know you helped him with his
I talked
channel
to
and
Lemon. I talked to Lemon off of the computer all the motherfucking time. At the end of last year. And I
mm,
told him my concerns. But he get drunk and he don't give a fuck. Or he be drunk and he forgot what we talked about. I ain't got time for no forget for drunk. Again, he remembered last night. He remembered that.
he did remember that, Jay Dunn. I mean, wow. I think, I mean, it's one of the craziest things I've seen personally. And I saw you put your picture back up there. You put your picture up, and then you had the video. Then you put your picture back up. You had the video. I think you wanted to make sure, to double check that everybody knew you did it. And talking to you today means that, hey, that's just in your repertoire. So let me ask you this. People are asking in the chat, are you pissed off at anybody else?
Well, I'd have been messing with people's channels, but everybody know that. They've been messing with my channel, so I gotta mess with your channel. So that question is a silly ass question. I've been involved in a whole flagging and strike wars for the last 2 months.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, that was a crazy question. I just wanted to see what you'd say. What is fact talking about? Exactly like if you had family members they didn't want you to around. Why go around? I think what fact is basically saying that Jay Dunn having an understanding about you should go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. That's where I think he's going with that. Like if you
But the
did feel
problem is, Lemon would contact me on Instagram and ask me to come to his channel. That's what Fact failed to realize. And I don't understand how motherfucking dense ass people don't get what I'm saying. This motherfucker would hit me up behind the scenes to come over there, only to do some fuck shit. I don't need to come to Lemons. Y'all on a different time zone. It would be sometimes that I would actually go to sleep early so that I could get up in the middle of the night to go over there. I'm on the East Coast.
no, I mean I
Lemon
get
ain't
it. We're both in Georgia. I get it.
right. So it's like, what the fuck is Fact talking about? No, don't invite me over there and don't say, come on, Jay Dunn, and this, that, and the third, and we're not gonna do this. Can't nobody buy you down, all this, and then do something else. Don't play with me. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to play with you.
So basically you're saying, I mean, that digs down into the fact that one of the questions I asked you about, having stipulations that you can't be bought down and XYZ. I would imagine, since I didn't know that part, I don't know if other people knew that part. So based on the stipulations of, hey, Jay Dunn, will you come to my panel? The concession to get you to do that was you can't be bought down, or whatever agreements that you made in the past. Because here's what
Correct, correct.
right.
Because I didn't want my supporters to be trying to pay me back up. Because I have supporters who also like Lemon too, but they like me and Lemon together over there. And so
They
when
do.
people just randomly buy me down, then my supporters are trying to go through their pocket to buy me back up. And I don't like that nickel and diamond of my supporters. No, because that's not what you told me when I came over here to begin with.
Mm. I mean, I get it. I get it, Jay Dunn. It's just like, I mean, as I gathered, you have no shame in your game. You did what you did. You're standing on it. You feel. Do you feel like it was an eye for an eye? You started over. You know, like for example, right? Let's just say like the Shaquem striking war, right? Shaquem basically said he got his lick back because of the computer situation, and they're still not on the same page, but they're a little bit closer to tolerating each other. Like, do you feel like you're at that point with Lemon based on what you said he did to you and what you did to him? Or do you think you were more extreme than him? Do you think that, it's eye for eye and you guys are, even keel?
I don't believe in anything being even. The ball is up in Lemon's court now.
True. Well, the
And
interesting
and
part,
depend and depending on what he do, we'll decide what I'm gonna do.
Jesus Christ. So, okay. So, I mean, that answers a lot. Since you're willing to continue to fight, then obviously, hey, you're all, you're full steam ahead. I don't know what's in your, in your briefcase, in your file book or whatever you want to do. Basically, you're going to respond accordingly to his next steps. I get it. That's something really good to know because a lot of this show was about what are we expecting to happen at Lemons. So let me, before we go, let me ask you, if certain stuff was done. I heard you all on Pizarro's, right? It was like, we're dragging you, we're this night's for you, which is normal. But what would be too far for you to say, I'm gonna keep fucking around before Lemon could chill? Like what? Because they're supposed to go in on you. So the question is, I want to see what happens after this evening, after you answer that question. What would be too much for you, Jay Dunn? Because a cuss out, I don't think is that bad. But
Well,
what would be
well,
too much?
I had too much last night. That's why he saw dick and balls, and a pussy up on his screen.
So if he drags you, you're upset. You think he should just leave it completely alone. I mean, it
That's
is the
what he
beef set.
should do. That's what he should do. And it is beef sector. I'll clock the fuck out of his ass. And I told him that too on Pizarro's. If you think for a second that shit that he do for 11 hours every night is according to the community guidelines, you crazy. I'll go through every motherfucking video over there.
That's what
But
I was
let him
talking
keep
about.
fucking around and he gonna find out.
Mm. So basically, at this point, based on your actions, you feel like he should have no response. That's what I'm getting, basically. Or you're going to keep turning up the heat. He shouldn't talk
I'm
about
gonna
you at all. He shouldn't bring it up or anything,
He
right?
shouldn't. I think Ness did enough with talking about my pussy and he thought it was cute and funny. So the gloves off. When he dropped me down, treating me like a op, well, let me be an op and let me show you what an op looks like.
Wow. Well, Jay Dunn, I know that I'd be 99.9% sure he's going to mention you. So, having a show like this, and you answer my questions will pretty much lead us on to the next step. And it'll be very, very interesting because, in my opinion, if I was him, I'd be responding, but I guess if you respond, you got to be ready for whatever, the next steps of engagement or war is. That's why I wanted to ask that question because I feel like he should respond, but it sounds like you're going to definitely go after that situation,
Yeah, I said the ball is in his court.
Mm.
And I mean that wholeheartedly. I mean, when you watching people play basketball, is the team just supposed to stop? Or do you keep playing the game?
I mean, when you ask that type of question, no, you keep playing the game.
Correct.
But about sports, I just think I just think that you did the ultimate. You threw like a Molotov cocktail and you don't want him to put out the fire and throw one back. But I get it. I just wanted to ask you that specifically because what I'm seeing is okay, what you felt like is justified. And I'm sure you'll never apologize for it because you feel like it was justified. And at this point, the ball's in his court, and you would not like to be mentioned at all whatsoever. So pretty much, a lot of this show's about what do we want to see from his show this evening? What are we looking for? So with you in the clouds, which I know you'll be, what are you listening for?
I'm not listening for anything. I don't know why you keep asking me the same question over and over. I said the ball was up in his court.
All right. Well, I mean, the reason why I'm asking the question over and over again, because things don't sink into people that often, and then they'll say, oh, well, JDunn was up there and you didn't cover this, you didn't cover that. So, in this situation with the crowd, I have to make sure that they're clear.
Well,
And that,
well, the ball is in his court.
okay,
Whatever he decides to do, he's gonna have to deal with whatever consequence I decide to give him.
understood.
Period. Mm?
I said,
Yeah.
understood.
Because again, I'm from the old B sector. I ain't B sector 2.0. He fucking with the wrong one, and he should have knew better.
Damn, Jay Dunn. Well, I'm glad that you came to the show to clarify some things and whatnot. As I said, this show is basically just to go over things. Me personally, regardless of my opinion, I try to be as unbiased as possible, try to bring out the information to see what we can see next. So, let me ask you this. I do have a question about this. I'm sure you saw Vic's breakdown, and Vic pretty much said, like, you could be in the black sector, whatever. Okay, cool. And then Vic pretty much broke it down as there are no rules. So, and he was kind of like saying, if you let somebody up on a panel that doesn't like each other and you drop somebody, you like pick a side. So at this point, like, how do you feel about
Oh,
before we close out? How do you feel about how Vic broke it down? Because it was a little bit more the way that you're breaking it down, honestly.
correct. If Lemon truly wanted to be out of it and he didn't want no parts with it, he would have just let me say whatever I need to say instead of dropping me down. But instead, he wanted to impress Ness, drop me down, and continue to let this bitch keep talking about my pussy.
So I was surprised that you brought Ness into it at all, but I see the correlation because basically you feel like he chose a person to disrespect that person. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll paint this picture. So basically, let's say, and this is how I think you're thinking, right? You're like, I've been over there to support the channel for, however long, 6 months, years, whatever. And you're like, okay, well, Ness just started coming back around. So therefore, you can't really justify the respect of somebody that's in your mind truly supporting you versus somebody who's not. I know that's kind of in your mind.
That is correct. And not only that, when the Vegas trip was happening, everybody was getting sponsors except for Lemon. And I donated to his raggedy ass.
Mm.
Even after the Vegas trip, when the sponsor didn't give him no money, I donated to his raggedy ass. I couldn't give him what the sponsor was supposed to give him, but I donated him something.
Right. Well, I get it.
Meanwhile, Ness was
You
over there
guys had a
dragging
good
him, talking
relation.
about he was gay, right? Calling him gay and all this other type of bullshit. So he chose the side that he wanted to choose. Okay. And then even with all of that happened even before and after the Vegas, my supporters was donating to his raggedy ass.
I mean, it's deep with you all. It really is. You guys had a personal relationship, and what you're explaining right now, I understand. And And I know you didn't want your supporters to feel like they had to buy down and do ABC, XYZ. Like I be like, I feel every CC should feel like their supporters. And if you feel like you're disrespected somewhere, then I totally get that. The only issue I have is I think that your actions were over the top. But again, you're grown. I'm grown. I'm not here to give you a lecture on how you should react. But I just wish that
So
I mean you
what would have been the appropriate action, considering that Ness kept mentioning my pussy at least 5 or 6 times, if not more than that? What would have been the appropriate action for you?
mm, well, I mean, I foresee people scratching it out. I mean, if she did mention that you took you
But he dropped me down. He wouldn't allow it. So then what would be the appropriate action for you?
mm, me personally, I wouldn't have gone back. I mean, that'd be it. I know that's not like the best answer for you, but me personally, like if somebody disrespects me, I just can't be around them. Now would I want to do something to them? Honestly, I don't get dropped down and all that, so I can't speak on something I don't know. But at the same time,
I
like
done
I
seen
don't know
you
what I would
threaten to
do.
beat I done seen you threaten to beat up Lemon on multiple
I
occasions.
have.
Please.
I had a whole show
Right.
about it.
And I gave him some free porn. That's it. He should thank me.
He should thank you for the porn. Goodness gracious, Jay Dunn.
At least it was heterosexual porn.
Wow. You're definitely a unique individual. I will say, Jay Dunn. And as I said, like obviously I'm presenting, to the people what we're looking for on the show or whatnot. Now, what I would like, here's how I kind of put things together. I talked about it today. Lemon's going to respond to it. We know what the situation may be. And I believe that there's going to be some kind of debate because I'll put up a poll or something to see how my people feel. Now, I'm very, very fair, Jay Dunn. What I mean by that is if 90% of people say F that woman or whatever, okay, fine. But there is a possibility that they say, hey, Envy, you didn't ask the right question, or, we don't agree, or we liked Vic's breakdown better than Resto's breakdown, whatever the case may be. I'm definitely more than willing and always open based on the supporters of you speaking further, in the future. So just wanted to let you know that. Try to be
Oh, well, that's
unbiased.
wonderful. Well,
I
that's
try.
wonderful. And I do appreciate, I didn't even hear what you said at the beginning. I'm actually gonna have to red ball to see what you even said in the beginning while I gave
Right.
you this interview. Yeah, because you probably said some foul ass shit. That's why you kept this banner up.
Actually, no, I didn't say anything foul because I would tell you what I said foul. No, 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 I didn't. As I said, I'm very, very much so non-biased. I mean, basically I played Vic's version and then I played YTC's version. How Resto says that he has to take care of Lemon. And that's pretty much it. I gave my little opinion that I wouldn't have gone that far. And then Beans talked about Resto for about an hour, and now you're here. So you're more than welcome to red ball back because I know how I present information. No matter what I think, what I would do, I always present it.
Mhm.
I let the people decide because I'm one of those people where I feel like the people are the channel and I'm just the host. So I just presented the information. That's why I said to you, I don't agree with what you did, me personally, but I'm not the people. I presented the information. Definitely red ball and watch it as much as you want to, but I'll leave it up to the people, and I want to see what Lemon does on his show this evening. That's pretty much the purpose of the show. And I encourage you to red ball back because then you'll see that, I'm just bringing it to the people. Because if I wanted the people to just completely be outraged and hate you or something, I wouldn't even play Vic's part that was actually in your favor. I would just be biased and show Levins and a couple other things. So you got to respect that, J Dunn.
No, no, I do. I have respect. I'm just telling you that I didn't get to see the beginning part. But no, that's fine. I don't have nothing against you.
I get it.
You can keep being scared of me. I mean, You know, villains. Lemon say that he the villain. Please.
No, I'm the
How
villain,
do
but
I? How do I out villain the villain? Oh, okay. He gonna
damn,
fuck
Jay
around and
Dunn.
find.
Mm. Well, Jay Dunn, what I'm gonna do is as I said, I hate for my commentary. Like you said, I do agree. Like I was repeating stuff because I don't necessarily even know how to deal with something like this because I have never seen it to this extent. But as I said, I don't like the end of my commentary to go roop 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 roop, round and around. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out that segment with you. Let me pull the banner down because she is gone. Hold on. Damn, where is my banner? And then I'll conclude for y'all. And we will definitely be back here tomorrow to see what the hell we got together. Okay, so typically I wouldn't have let Jay Dunn come up on my panel ever again. But at the same time, if I talk about somebody, they do have the right to, give their feedback, defend themselves, whatever you want to call it. I know I asked questions that were not really focused because I didn't plan on her coming up. I do apologize to you all about that part of the commentary because it was confusing, because me personally, when I feel completely different, like at this level, that I don't think that it's right that she would do it. I was trying to be unbiased, against what I would have done for myself. So hopefully we got something out of this. As I said, I only had like a little bit of time to put this together because I was doing a completely different show based on reviewing Lemons Live last night. Okay. So all I care about now is a couple things, and we're going to get up out of here. I want to see what's going to happen on Lemon's show. Number one, we looked at both sides. We saw Vic's side for the most part, that it's kind of his fault based on, panel control and things along those lines. And then we saw on YTC side how Resto was being extremely weird. But like it seems like he's conveniently being weird right now, because if you're down for somebody, you need to be down for them for whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't take somebody's misery and multiply it by disloyalty. Disloyalty will definitely eliminate any kind of misery that you're trying to help out with the person that you support. So I really don't respect what Resto did so far, but it sounds like he's very, very frustrated. But hey, I think that he said some disparaging things. I think that Vic said some disparaging things. I think that Jay Dunn did as well. But as we heard from the exact individual, Jay Dunn, she has no filter or no plan not to move forward if Lemon mentions her name. So that's what we have to look forward to. Okay, those three things. So hopefully I gave y'all enough commentary, and we will be back tomorrow to see what the hell's going on, because I still have some work to do out here in the streets. I told Resto right to his face on a platform that I'm going to troll him. And what I mean by trolling him is I don't like this playing in the face with these time machines and all the extra shit or whatever. And binary, I fucks with binary, but I don't know. Like the I think he can run the show and keep everything organized, use his intelligence and all that. But when I feel trolled by nonsense like Members Lives and Easy Docs and Legal Shield and all this other shit or whatever that we're supposed to believe about the show, I can't let it happen. Because guess what? Then you all should never respect me of the sector that I came from, which is a heavily trolling sector. Let me hit the last little comments right here and I'll be out. Anvi and Chad, I've been in the clouds listening. Cool. Hopefully, Swag TV, you got something out of it. And again, as I said, we will come back. We will revisit it. We will see what the hell's going on. I'm going to get up out of here. Oh. One thing, y'all. I do redirects different. And the way that I do redirects different is there's a link at the top. Okay. There's a link at the top. Like if you push on the StreamYard link to come up, it's pinned. if at any time at the end of my show or during my show or whatever, that goes directly to Lemon's live. Okay, that goes directly. It doesn't just go to his channel. You'll be right there in his live. And I don't do the redirect because the problem is, let's say I play like a 3-minute outro, you have to listen to that before it redirects you. So at any time when you get tired of listening to me and you want to go over to the source, I always pin it at the top. So if you click that, you'll be at Lemons, and more than likely, I will also be where I usually am, hollering at Ness. Shout out Ness. Shout out Finessers. Hey, shout out Lemonettes. Shout out everybody. You know, we got our perspective. Click the link at the top while this song plays, if you don't mind. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I took the song down. I want to get out of here with a good song. Damn it, man. You know what? Oh, well. Let's go ahead and do a polar outro, which you guys probably get tired of listening to. But thank you very much, Lovejoy. And thank you to mods and supporters who get me information so I can present like this. I'm going to start doing shows along these lines, and we'll see. And then that'll lead into our own content. We'll have a good idea. We'll have a good time. Hey, Jasmine, appreciate you. Thank you so much to my mods, and Soul Sister and all my other supporters. Paulette, that's what's up. I appreciate your commentary at your channel. Click the link at the top. I'm going to get out of here with a polar clip, and I'm not coming back. So I'll see you over at Lemons, and then I'll see you at Ness's. All right, y'all.
I would troll and I would talk shit and I do stuff like that, but it wasn't on the level of talking about people's lifestyles. We weren't talking about how people was how they was brought up. We weren't talking about how people was raising their kids. We wasn't talking about none of that type of shit. It was just people on the panel talking about other people's ideas on topics, and the shit would get out of hand. You know what I'm saying? The shit would get unreal, dog. And it was shit that I had never saw before on the internet.
Appreciate everybody. I'll holla at you. Hit the link at the top if you want to go see what Lemon's going to do and see if Jay Dunn's request to not be spoken about at all is, I wouldn't say honored, but if that's going to happen or not. All right, y'all.